This conversation about Harry Karl because Eddie left you for Elizabeth. Harry was leaving you continuously through your marriage. He was such a womanizer.
Well, no, I never knew that until the very end. He never left. No, no, that's not true.
I don't mean that literally, but you know what
well,
I
mean. Yes, unbeknownst to me, he had his area after I found out about all this, after I wanted to find out about the money, where all of this had gone and how am I going to survive the money. Along with that, I went to his closest friend. I flew to Spain because I couldn't find out anything. And he wouldn't tell me anything, and he wouldn't tell me where the money was going. He said there isn't any problem, it'll be fine. In the meantime, the money is gone, and I gave him everything I had, the little bit I had in the bank, which I had a little saved. I gave him that, and that went, everything. So when I went to Spain, and I asked this man, I want the truth. You can't, my life can't stay tied up. I have to know the truth. And he told me about the gambling, and then I said, now I have to ask you something else. Is there another woman? I thought, woman. He said, well, it's not one woman, it's just women. So that was a new twist. In a way, I felt better about that than one woman because he really didn't love these women. He just had a need to be with other women.
And would pay him $200 and $300 a night. Todd says, you know, he'd open up the door and a beautiful woman would come in and walk upstairs for 15 minutes with Harry. And
well, I was gone then. I had gone to New York to do the play, and I had told Harry that I was leaving. I said, you know, I'm separating. I didn't say divorce, and that was in 1972. So that he didn't do that until I had left.
But you hung on until 75, didn't you?
I stayed married through 72, 3, and 4. And then, I mean, I was separated. You know, I lived in New York, and I went on the road. And well, I was trying to just arrange our lives, you know, to survive and get money in order and have some money. And, you know, it was a difficult time.
But you went from a palatial place to live in to a small home. I mean, he really just took everything you had, didn't he? There was nothing
Well,
left.
everything he had, too. He had nothing either. The only difference with him was he went and rented a Rolls Royce and rented a penthouse and lived very well to the end of his days because he just owed the world. Didn't seem to bother him.
You never made him sell his membership at Hillcrest, which was worth about $50,000. It was a men's club. You said that it was good for him to have that place to go. But you had a horrible experience there with Carrie and Todd, your children in the car, and you pull up because the car is broken down. Or you walk there to use
well,
the
phone. Car, I had rented this old mangy car, you know, and I don't know why it broke down right there. That was really ironic, you know. It broke down right near this country club, Hillcrest, where I'd gone for 13 years with Harry. And I had to use a payphone to call the automobile club to have them come and, like, tow my car away. And I had Carrie and Todd with me because we had gone someplace for the children. I can't remember where that day. I should have known that car wouldn't have made it. It was so beat up. Anyway, I go in, and there was a doorman there. I won't say his name because I wouldn't want to. Anyway, I said, could I use the phone and whatever name? And he said, no, I'm sorry, you're not allowed in here. And I said, well, I just want to use the payphone. It'll just take a second. He said, I'm sorry, it might upset the members. I said, it wouldn't upset the members. Half the members are my friends. What are you talking about? I could own this membership, you know. This could be mine. It upset me a great deal. And my children were standing there. I said, well, can Carrie use the phone? Does this relate to children? No, we weren't allowed in there. Oh, it was very traumatic and very upsetting to me. I got so upset. I couldn't overcome that. That was more upsetting than anything I think I had gone through. So I had to go out to the car and wave down a car. I mean, I've never done that either. And the car drove me to a filling station, and I was like, that upset me. And my son said, Mother, why did you let him keep the membership? I said, because I'm too nice. I thought he needed a place to go and be with his friends, and it was his membership, and why should I take that? You know.
You spent nights in your car with no place to go.
Well, I'd rather sleep in my car than go begging around, and you know, I was always on the road working. When I'd come into town, then I didn't have a place, you know. It was a bad year.
and friends would say, Debbie, why did you do
2
that?
years,
And how did you do that?
Well, you do that because, first of all, you don't really have a place of your own. And rather than calling friends and saying, I mean, if I had been as close to me as some of my friends were, perhaps they might have noticed, you know. I had one couple that allowed me to stay at their house, and I often stayed at their house, but I didn't feel that I could do that with all the time, you know. I didn't think that was fair. But they laugh about that because she had a bedroom where she was a guest bedroom, and this girl had cut out big flowers and put it on the ceiling. Oh, flowers were all over this room, you know. And one night I'd had one too many because my life was so depressing. I mean, we're going to do something. And I drove up, you know, late at night, and it was so dear, and they let me in, you know. And I go up to the bedroom, and she gave me these little funny bunny pajamas, you know. I'm lying in the bed, and I go to sleep, and I wake up. I thought I died. I thought they buried me, and I had flowers out there. Flowers were all over the side. I said, ah! And I screamed out, and they came running in. I said, I died. Oh, you're here. I'm still, Tammy lives. It was very funny. They've never gotten over it, and they're fixing that house all over again. I said, you can't take those flowers away. It's part of my life. So they're painting one bedroom green so I can come back.